What is a birth doula? What do we do? What do we do that's different from your OB and your midwife, right? So we are not medical at all. We are there physically, mentally, spiritually, and beyond. So depending on where you hire us in your pregnancy, we can help you, even more. So there's not, a too soon or a too late to hire a doula. You would just get more of us if you hire us sooner. But I want to talk about the birth part of it, the fun part, right? We help you with your breathing and getting your mind physically, mentally ready for birth. So doing breathing techniques, different position changes, and getting you familiar with what those positions feel like, not just for you, but for your partner, because they're going to be there too. So they need to know what they're looking for to see how they could help you with your cues. We talk about cues and how to help you through that and things like that. So, there's just certain things that women do to make it easy for other women to pick up on. So, a lot of other partners that are men, they just don't have that built within them. So that's what we are there for. Your birth doula will set the atmosphere, right? So set the stage, essentially. So do you want it to be a romantic? Do you want a more natural feel? Do you want a starry night? Just what atmosphere do you want us to create? And I have plenty of different options and different vibes for all different, people, but that's just something that you and your doula sit down and talk about, and your birth vibes. There's plans, and I really like Jen Hamilton's birth vibes approach. It really is a lot more gentler to your nurse staff, handing that to them like, this is just what we're vibing with. So but sitting down and talking about boundaries, safe words, really developing a plan when you go into labor. At any given point through your pregnancy or getting close to labor, if you're confused about something that's happening to you, you call your doula. You get a response immediately. And again, we're not medical, but we know, when are you in labor? When are you not? Should we wait? Should we go? Things like that. So it just takes the thought out of it, discussing it with your doula. And if you do want to labor at home, maybe we come to you and we labor with you at home. So we have been practicing, different positions throughout the house, whether it's the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen, the living room. We have different spots that we can move around the room comfortably. And then when we decide to go to the hospital or the birth center, I go with you, of course. And when we get there, I handle all of the information with the nursing staff, get you in a triage to make sure that you're actually in labor, move you to the actual birth room, and get you all set your room up, in between helping you through contractions, and just really setting your stuff up without you having to worry about it. And also with your partner, carrying everything in from the car and just dropping them off at the door, and just, it's kind of a juggle if it's spontaneous, but that's birth, right? So if there's an option for shower or a bath, I get that ready for you. If there's requests that I know that you're gonna want, whether we're gonna want an epidural, whether we're going to want gas, whether we're gonna want something, I put that request in before you even can think about it, because I know that it's going to take time to get it. So I just want them to know that it is being requested. We do want this. So when you have the next anesthesiologist available, we want them, things like that. And if we happen to get to that point and we don't want them, then say, actually not yet, but you've had the option, you see? We have already been practiced with breathing and pushing and what to expect, but coaching you through that, let's just say you do have an epidural and you can't feel anything, helping you push through that and to know what to do and things like that. If you don't want to be on your back, then I can physically help you and move you onto a different position, even with an epidural. And if you want to push in any type of way, I'm going to advocate for that. If you want to eat, I am definitely going to advocate for that. I think everyone should be eating in labor. Unless you're high risk and other factors, you should be eating. And if you don't like that nurse that you have, whether it's for birth or postpartum, request another nurse. You deserve someone that vibes with you. Just like you've picked us, you deserve to pick them as well. Once baby is born, I make sure that we have that delayed cord clamp. I make sure that, placenta has come out, intact, and everything is done properly just by watching the doctor, taking, note on what's happening to baby if they're on the warmer, and just watching over that, so you can just be rest assured that someone on your team that you know and deeply trust has your offspring. Or vice versa. If you want me to be at your bedside with you and then the partner go with baby, that's your decision. I will be with you full force. And then when everyone is nice and cleaned up and has their golden hour and things like that, I walk you up to postpartum. So we spend about 2 hours in the room after birth, and then we walk over to postpartum, wherever that is in the hospital. So I get your room over there set up. A lot of my people do not like the smell of hospitals. I know I don't. Ugh. So I have a very big way of a big range of things to put in your room that just like completely takes out the smell, but it's not a diffuser. I'm not going to give all my tricks away, right? Okay, so I get the room ready, and I, get your robe out, get your pajamas out that you're going to hopefully change into after a fresh shower. And I leave, making sure that you're good, you've been fed. But I stay for about an hour after you get into postpartum. So depending on where my 24 hours falls after birth, we discuss that. But because birth can be very long or very quick. So it just really depends on your story. But nonetheless, I'm happy to answer any further questions that you might have. So definitely just drop them down in the comments. And everyone deserves a birth doula, and you deserve to interview multiple of us, okay? Have a good day.